All right, let's dive in. You've poured everything into your new track. It's mixed, it's mastered, it's done. But now what? How do you get that song from your laptop into the ears of, well, everyone, everywhere? That's exactly what we're going to break down today. We're going step by step through the Audio Bus dashboard. This is your guide to a global release. Let's do this.
I mean, you've spent countless hours, right? Writing, recording, getting it just perfect. So the real question is, are you ready? Ready for the whole world to finally hear what you've created? Because you know what? Today's the day we make that a reality.
Look, I know this stuff can seem super complicated and overwhelming, but forget all that. We're going to walk through this together, and you'll see it's really just a few simple, straightforward steps to take your track and get it out there, worldwide.
So, here's the plan. Super simple. First, what even is Audio Bus? Then, we'll get you all set up on the platform. After that, the exciting part, releasing your very first song. We'll also get into the nitty-gritty of how you actually make money and get paid. And to wrap it up, we'll look at some cool extra features in the dashboard that you'll definitely want to know about.
Okay, first things first. What exactly are we talking about here? What is Audio Bus? Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is like this. It's your personal global shipping service for your music. It's the engine that takes what you made in your studio and delivers it to literally every corner of the planet.
So at its heart, Audio Bus is basically your gateway to the world. It's the service that takes your song and just blasts it out. We're talking over 200 different streaming platforms. Yeah, you got the huge ones, Spotify, Apple Music, but it also hits major regional players like Geo7. It's all about getting your music in front of as many people as humanly possible.
Okay, theory's over. Let's get our hands dirty. Before you can even think about releasing a song, we gotta build the foundation first. So this next part is all about setting up your account and your label, and getting it done right from the start.
Now, the great news is, this is pretty much a one-and-done kind of thing. You only have to do this setup once. It's just 4 little steps. First, register your account. The usual, email and a one-time password. Next, you got to put in your bank details. I mean, that's how you get paid, right? Then you get to create your own label name, which is pretty cool. And last, you just sign and upload the agreement. Think of it like a quick checklist you got to finish before we get to the really fun stuff.
Okay, pause. Before we move on, I need to make this crystal clear. This is the #1 most important rule of the whole platform, and I'm telling you, it's a big deal. You can only release music that is 100% yours. You wrote it, you recorded it, you own all the rights. That means no cover songs, no unauthorized remixes, no uncleared samples. Seriously, this is a hard and fast rule, and it's there to protect not just them, but you.
So once you've sent in all your label info and that signed agreement, it doesn't happen instantly. There's a little bit of a waiting game. The team has to review it, but it's usually pretty quick. Expect to get approved within about 48 hours. Just remember, you're kind of in a holding pattern until you get that approval email. No releasing songs till then.
And then, ding, you get the email. You're approved. Yes, this is it. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. It's finally time to take that track you've been working on and get it prepped for its big debut. Okay, so let's call this your pre-release checklist. Before you even think about clicking that Create Release button, do yourself a favor and have these 5 things ready to go. You'll need the basics, your song title, when you want it to come out, and the copyright year. But the 2 big ones are your audio file. And please, for the love of sound quality, use a WAV file if you have it. And of course, your cover art. Now lean in for this part, because this is a classic spot where people get tripped up and the release gets delayed. The cover art requirements are super specific and they are not flexible. It has to be a perfect square. We're talking 3,000 pixels by 3,000 pixels, and you have to have the title, singer, lyricist, and composer right there on the image. Just trust me on this, get it right the first time, and you will save yourself a massive headache. Okay, you're going to come to a fork in the road here, and it's an important one. You'll have to choose between Content ID and YouTube Music Only. So what's the difference? Well, Content ID is like sending out a search party. It scans all of YouTube, everywhere. Fan videos, vlogs, you name it. And if it finds your music, you can make money from those videos. YouTube Music Only is exactly what it sounds like. Your song just goes on the official YouTube Music platform, and that's it. Honestly, if your goal is to make as much money as possible, Content ID is almost always the right choice. So you've filled everything out, you've uploaded your files, you take a deep breath, and you hit submit. And then, you wait again. But don't worry, it's the last little wait. It usually takes about 48 hours for your song to get processed and start popping up on Spotify, Apple Music, and all the rest. And just like that, your song is live. People are streaming it. That is such an amazing feeling. So now that you're officially a released artist, let's switch hats for a minute. Let's go from the creative side to the business side. How does the money work? Let's talk about your earnings.
All right, full disclosure. The payment schedule can seem a little weird at first, so let's just lay it out super clearly. Imagine you release your song in January. All the streaming platforms, they spend February and March gathering up all the data and the money. What that means for you is that the money you earned back in January won't actually appear in your dashboard until April. It's always about a 3-month lag. It might seem strange, but that's pretty much how it works everywhere in the music biz.
So, when do you get to see that money in your bank account? Well, there's a minimum amount you need to hit first. Once you've earned at least 1,000 rupees in royalties, you're good to go. You can then request a payout, and it'll go straight to the bank account you set up earlier.
But here's the thing. It's not just about the money. It's about the data. The dashboard gives you these really detailed reports. You can see which of your songs are getting the most plays and where people are listening to them. Is Spotify your biggest platform, or is it Apple Music? This kind of info is gold because it helps you figure out what's working and what you should do next.
Okay, so we've covered releasing and getting paid, but there's actually more packed into this dashboard. Think of these as bonus tools, extra features designed to help you manage everything a bit more professionally. Let's take a quick peek. So you've got a few other handy things here. There's a spot to manage your artists, so if you're always working with the same singer or composer, you can add them once and it makes future uploads way faster. You can also claim your official artist channel on YouTube directly through the dashboard, to get that little music note check mark. And this one's huge. You can whitelist your own channels on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. That tells the system, hey, don't hit my own videos with a copyright claim. And of course, if you ever run into trouble, there's a help center to get in touch with support.
So when you take a step back and look at the whole picture, what you have here is basically mission control for your music career. It's one place where you're totally in the driver's seat. It's your music, your dashboard, your career, all in your hands. And that's pretty much the whole process from start to finish. You now have the complete roadmap. You know exactly what you need to do. So really, there's only one thing left to ask. What song are you going to release first?